Hello Chipsters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Yes, they seem to be a bit frequent at the moment. Do apologise for that. This is just a quick heads up, although as usual with me it probably won't be so quick. I got this book through the post last night. You get that? It's Rousselet's. I do apologise to all my French friends. Phil, I'm really sorry mate. I don't have a lot of education. I never did French at school, although everybody else seemed to be able to. This is Rousselet, I'm calling it. Sorry for the muck around. I've got my stand set up here because I'm just going to have a quick look at it. I'm not going to be opening loads of pages, so I'm always a bit scared of copyright. But I am promoting their book, so you'd hope they'd understand. I'm a member of the Napoleonic Wargamer Facebook group, and one of the guys put up there a couple of weeks ago that this book was up for sale. It was £30, free postage, and you know, I'd heard about it before. The guy Lucien Rousselet, he was I'm not sure if he just was the artist, but I believe he did all the research as well. And I think he was around in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm not sure, but he's passed away now. And he did a whole version of these, all these different guys that I've just shown you on the outside, illustrations. But he went right into depth. With what they should be wearing, when they didn't wear it, all that type of thing. Now this is solely on the French army, as it says, Napoleon's army 1790 to 1815, so it covers all that period. It covers anything from French light infantry, French line infantry, all the guard units, all the types of engineering units, the guard marines, you name it. I'm not 100% sure about generals and commanders. I'm not sure about that. I've not got that far into it yet. But for anybody that is like myself, either paints for a living or has a serious interest in French Napoleonics, you know, for wargaming purposes, or just a general interest in Napoleonics, I can't recommend this book enough. Before I actually took the plunge, I'd seen this guy had recommended it, who's you know, well-known painter himself. But I went and had a chat with my client, my main client, who I paint a lot of these, which I'm painting these Italians for at the moment, as he looks down that you can't see on the bench. And he said, Gav, you know, if you can get it, get it. It's his go-to book, and I'm sure there'll be, you know, guys out there that saying, oh, this is wrong with it, this was, you know, he didn't have this information at the time, you know, all that stuff. I'm not interested, to be honest with you. You know, I'm just saying, I found this book on just a cursory look through last night. It's going to be invaluable. So he also told me that it normally goes for 2 to 3 times that amount, never mind postage and packing and all that good stuff. So I'm going to open a couple of pages up just to give you the idea of what's inside. But I just, as I say, I like to shout out things if they're, you know, if I think they're worth getting, as well as, you know, showing you, unboxings of figures and things like that. I genuinely believe that this would be a good help to anybody that's into, you know, painting French Napoleonics. I mean, I've done that 54mm figure. I didn't realise that after all this time painting, although in 18mm I wouldn't go as far as this, just because there's not a lot to show. But the French brass, as he puts a little anointed note at the bottom and says, French brass on the plates for the grenadiers and the shako plates and that were actually more of a slightly more coppery look to the brass than, say, a British or a Prussian, you know, any other, you know, Austrians. So guys, join me at the bench, we'll have a quick look. I'm rushing through this because I know my videos tend to be horrendously long. But I just thought this would be of interest. I don't know if they've got any more in stock. It's from the Book Depository, and I'll show an email address for these guys in a second. So follow me down to the desk, guys, and we'll have a look. Right, guys, thanks for joining me at the bench. I do hope I've got enough light on the subject. It's what I'll call almost a non-standard type book, in the sense it's this way rather than that way. It's I didn't realise at the time it's from Andrea Press, which are the same Andrea that do the figures and the paint, things like that, so that's always a good sign. Let me just... And that's the bookdepository.com if you want to go and check it out. As I say, I don't know if they've got any left. Obviously it's been shouted around a bit, so they might not have any left. I'll just quickly open this bit here for you. This is the gentleman himself. Here we go. As I say, I'm not going to be out going through this in detail. I don't think it's fair on companies to, more or less screenshot everybody, all the stuff. So it's just really a case of giving you an idea that it's out there. These are the type of artwork that you'll get. They're just shrunk down versions of the original versions he did, which were, so it says in the blurb in the book, is a lot bigger. But it does go into, let me see if we can find, there's one on light infantry, and that's what you'll expect. He'll go into the details of the plumes. We've got more here, what things are actually looking like, but that's all the blurb, as I call it here, is actually into the minutiae of what you're actually doing or looking at. Chasseurs of the line, I'm not going to open up anymore because I think you've seen enough. But believe me, they go into all the horse furniture, the shabraku, everything, portmanteau. It's all there, beautifully illustrated by the gentleman, and it's that type of really thick, glossy paper that you just know is quality. So I'm afraid that's all you're getting. As I say, I don't think it's fair to go through the book and when you need to be buying it, really. But I would highly recommend it. In fact, let's put this where I'm just finishing off. Let's put that back there. I would highly recommend this book. As I say, in the UK it was £30, free postage, so you're not even, and it's a whopper. So it's obviously with that thick paper, it weighs a fair bit. I can't praise it enough, and I'm sure I'm going to get, I'd hate to say this, but probably get little smudgy paint marks everywhere as I'm leafing through it. Yeah, beautiful book, absolutely beautiful, and it will, be pride of place in my my collection. I collect books anyway, but as I say, I'm always, bleat about it, but obviously I'm not particularly well health-wise, as you know, head problems, all that type of good stuff, and bodies broke down, all the ins and outs. So I just paint figures at home. So money's never great for us, and I'll be straight. If this book costs £60–70, I wouldn't be able to afford to have it. In fact, my real good friend, my commissioner painter Eric, who I paint for, he actually offered me a copy. Unfortunately it was in French, but he said, obviously you've got all the illustrations, and I said I'm really couldn't thank him enough, but I'd be really frustrated not being able to read all that text. So, but yeah, if you can get this for £30, well, it's worth the £70. I just wouldn't have that type of money. I'm not saying it is £70, but he said it's worth double. Sorry, it's gone for double. I think he bought his you know, 2.5, 3 times what this is going for at the moment. So if you can, guys, if you're into your French Napoleonics, for 30 quid, yes, it's, you know, 1.5 boxes of plastic soldiers, or, you know, regiment of metals or whatever. It would be worth it. As I say, it does cover, you know, anything cavalry, all the cavalry units, line, guard, right through to the you know, the Marines that operated the boats and stuff across the different river crossings. So guys, thanks for stopping by. Sorry this has been a bit incoherent and rambling through, and you haven't been able to see a lot of the book. As I say, I'm always, you know, they do say, you know, don't show this and that, but I really can't see, if you're trying to promote a book, why you can't show the odd page, just to give people a taste of what's inside. So take care of yourselves, guys. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other very soon on another video. I'm not sure what's coming up next. Probably Italian AB. I've finished another regiment almost, and I've got the light infantry to show as well that I'd finished a while ago. So they'll probably be up on a video soon. So look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video. Cheers.